Hey, good evening, everyone. Hey, thank you for joining our sports roundtable. You
What's up?
got myself, Lionel, and Mark. We're
Yes,
coming back
sir.
for another great episode, man. Hey, I think this episode, I like this episode of the topic we're
I
about to
like
cover.
all of it.
What's going on, my boy?
Not much, man. Just chilling, just chilling. I see you went and grabbed anything to put on today.
This man, hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, it was
yeah.
just something I seen. It was like I reached up in the closet, grabbed something that it happened to be this, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
it look like you could wash the car with that. That was a waste of time, yeah, man. Yeah, at least you can shine the tires or something with that, man.
Hey, War Eagle, bro. Hey,
Roll
man.
tide, roll. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's all right though. I'm gonna get you some more stuff. I'm gonna get you something else to
Nah,
put out there.
nah, man. Nah, we good. We good. But man, we'll kick it off, man. This is our first video since the championship game for the college basketball with both men's and women. So we'll start off with the men's first, man. Was you surprised about UConn, how they beat up on Purdue?
Not at all. I mean, who was surprised about the men's tournament at all this go
Yeah,
round? You know, UConn beat teams by the most point spread in history. So
yeah,
they
yeah,
broke a record with that. You know, they almost beat everybody by at least 10 points, 15 points.
yeah.
So no, it was definitely not surprised, and I wasn't surprised by how low the views was for the national championship.
It no, the women
It
beat
really
them out.
was.
Yeah,
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 they slaughtered them.
yeah,
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 it was bad.
yeah.
But no, were you surprised?
I ain't say I'm not. I wasn't surprised. I just thought it was gonna be a little bit closer. That's all I thought because both of them got some good big man down low. So I just thought it was gonna be a little bit close. I knew UConn was gonna win. I just thought it was gonna be within like a probably like a 5-7 point margin. You know what I mean? I thought it was gonna be pretty close. Um,
Yeah, it
that
started
that
out.
was only different. I didn't never have. I would have never put money on Purdue to win that game. It would have been surprising, but I mean, UConn. The one thing is, we know about them. They known for basketball. I say that. They
It started out a big man's game. They were going
yeah,
back and forth. The big
yeah,
man, Edie, and the big man from UConn, they were going back and forth, and it seemed like that was the only action in the first
yeah,
half for
yep,
a minute, for real. But
yep,
yeah, UConn slightly, was, over time they pulled away, and it kind of made the game not that exciting because
it got a little
you
boring.
seen where it was going, right? You seen where it was
Yeah,
going, and you knew what was going to happen. So
yeah.
you
I
can the UConn is a factor to be reckoned with. So I mean, they got a great team. Don't take anything away from them, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was
It was
it
what you
was
thought.
blue collar, right, right,
Yeah.
right, very much.
Okay. All right. So the women's, South Carolina pulled it out. You know what I mean over Iowa. What your take is on that? Is that what you expected from that game?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I definitely expected South Carolina to win. I expected it to be a good game. Like it was.
Yeah.
I expected Caitlin Clark to go off, which she
Yeah.
did. Raven Johnson beat her up.
Yeah.
She beat her up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
She
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she
got
did.
hot and she pulled that name down.
Yeah, she did. She did. And it was like I said, it was the defense that was being played on her by Raven. I mean Cardosa too. A
Yeah.
lot of athletes switched up and played on her, throughout the game. So they had a game plan for her, and it looks like it
Yeah.
worked. Looks like it
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah. I
Yeah, it
mean,
was a good game.
it was. I thought it was gonna be. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you what the score was gonna be. You know what I mean? Because you remember the game started out 10-0. They jumped out on 10 points on them. And then,
Mm-hmm.
but you already know South Carolina been in those situations before. That's the one thing that I say is hard for an undefeated team. Because most undefeated teams, a lot of times when they hit like adversity, they don't know how to kind of overcome that because they've been beating the crap out of everybody. But they had a lot of close games. You know, they was undefeated. They had a lot of close games. Remember Tennessee, that they supposed to beat, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It was other team, they been down. They had to work their way back, fight their way hard. So that's what made me knew that they was going to win that game, because one thing, they fought adversity throughout the whole season, even down to the second, 1.1 seconds with against Tennessee. Second of all, they bench is too deep. If you notice that game, how they were subbing out, it seemed like every about 5 minutes she'll sub them out. Like she'll sub people out in it. So they got a pretty much 10 or 11 woman rotation, where Iowa has about a 6-person rotation. Caitlin Clark hardly never seen the bench. You know what I mean? So it that right there, and they not just they bench is deep, they bench is deep and good. They can hit, you know what I mean? The freshmen can't, both of the freshmen were balling. So I knew
Don Staley, they are a great recruiter, you know, at recruiting athletes. Like we said, they lost all 5 starters, and just to have 10 people who can ball out on your team, like you say, 5 starters, and you can clear the court and put 5 more in. You know, that just says something about their recruitment process. Don Staley, like you said, that's correct, because they'll adjust quick. They'll play the game for about 5 minutes, just like she did with Iowa, and she switched up. She switched up. She brought in the right freshmen who she wanted in at that point in time, who to guard who. And as you seen, from that 10-0 lead start, you know, it started going away quick at that point in time. And they went up and never looked back at that point in time. It was definitely a game of the ages. It was kind of bittersweet, you know, knowing it was Caitlin Clark last game. But it was a great game. 18.7 million viewers. They said it peaked at 24 million. That's what they said it peaked at, but I guess they capped it off at 18.7. So the most watched game since pro or NCAA since 2019. Yeah, that's major, man. That's major.
And men's had 14.8 million views. So he outseated them. I say this. So the women's outseated the men, and we both been saying this from the get-go. And pretty much a lot of people been saying, like, women's sport, I'm more interested in women's sport and women's basketball than the men's basketball. And then I know last one, you like, man, look at they playing Purdue. Like that, Purdue don't even have the I guess fan base to even really gravitate to really watch that game, unless you're a Purdue fan. I don't know too many Purdue fans. You know what I mean? So that's one piece. But I look at it, it was just more excitement. And then also, I think the timing did not help out with the men's game. The men's game was on a Monday at like 9:40 at night. It was like 9 o'clock at night. But the women's was on a Sunday at 3.
Prime time. Yeah, and I think it was all time.
Yeah,
I think it was like a perfect storm for real. Because and I said this to somebody, you know, everybody knows I'm an Alabama fan. If Alabama would have made it, definitely the ratings would have been higher for the men's game. What happened?
Yeah, well, it would have.
But since all the attention was solely focused on the girls, the women's games at that point in time, like I said, I think it was just a perfect storm. Like the men didn't have, you know, crowd wooers as far as namesake goes in their game, even though they have ballers on their team. And the women's sports do. You know, it's like a perfect storm. Like everybody wanted to watch the women's, and not necessarily the men. Even though we would watch it, you know, we're sports advocates, so of course we watched it. But you know, as far as the number goes, as you can see, it was just not the most popular game.
I think it should have been. I think both games should have been Sunday. Women's 3, put the men's at 7.
And that would have been better, and it probably would have had more viewers.
They'd have more views, people watching the game, and you know they've been feeding off each other. Hey, we got the game following up. blah blah blah. I think it should have been all that Monday at 9:40. You already been struggling with your number against the women. I think you should have played both of those games on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely, and definitely for Eastern time because, like I said, you started at 9:40. People Eastern, folks getting in the bed right.
Before the game
Right,
came. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
So
so I think Sunday would have been a better time frame for the game.
yeah.
But it worked out in the women's favor, and they're definitely blossoming. As you see, Indiana Fever have the first pick in the draft. So it's crazy because like a lot of the attention is gravitating toward them now because
Well,
everybody knows they're going to pick Caitlin Clark. So everybody that same hype and everything is going toward the WNBA just that fast.
hey, I'm gonna tell you something else. I don't know if you caught this. They already looking at another location to switch their games so they can. It's the current state. I think current arena sits 17,000. They trying to move to another arena that sits 25,000.
Yeah, smart move, money move.
Better make that money. Yeah.
You better,
Yep.
because they know it's coming. Like I said, that's why they're talking. The TV contracts are in
Yep.
talks, the games, and you better win on the ticket end too to help
Yep.
sell out and
Yep.
get more revenue coming in. So, and it's definitely gonna happen because who we went to Orlando for spring break, and you can ask my daughter, Caitlin Clark shirts everywhere.
For
I'm
real.
talking. I'm telling you, Caitlin Clark shirts everywhere.
Wow.
The only shirt I seen like that. The only shirt I seen like that. The most shirts I seen was Caitlin Clark and Tupac shirts. But
Hey.
that's major though. That just shows you,
Yeah.
where the game is headed and where people are gravitating toward. Who's
Oh, so she
the
make a buttload of money off of the jersey sales.
she's probably already doing. Like she
Mm.
said, she has a team behind her who does the talking and everything already.
Yeah.
So it's probably already being done right now. And I'm
Yeah.
sure it is, because that's the main reason for it. Name, image, and likeness, NIL.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
capitalize off of it.
Yeah.
What
I mean, if it,
what a better time? What you're supposed to do it now?
yeah. And the draft is Monday. The
Mm-hmm.
WNBA draft is coming up Monday. So, hey, on our next video, I'd be happy to recap on that because it's gonna be a lot of excitement to that. There's gonna be a lot of excitement to that
I was
WNBA
talking
draft.
about right. I was talking earlier with someone, and I was asking them, "Are you going to watch the WNBA draft?" They were like, "Yeah." Like people want to see at least the top 10 picks where they're gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah.
With your Angel
Yeah.
Reese's and Cardosa
Yep.
and Caitlin Clark. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's gonna be great, boy. Hey, man. I'm telling you, it's like it's finna gravitate and finna grow. That money for WNBA is going to increase because of this class right now that's coming
mm-hmm.
in.
Definitely this
This
class
class
and
right here.
this class in the next 2-3 classes,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be the ones to staple it in the
Yep.
game. Definitely this class though here, no doubt about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna switch over to it's been a lot of talk, especially in college basketball, men's college basketball, especially in the SEC. What we kind of love in college sports. Calipari leaving Kentucky for Arkansas. I did not see this coming, but I think on what we talked about Calipari on one of the videos, if I remember correctly,
Mm-hmm.
about like how people saying he's not really a good coach. His old players are not really good coach, great guy, and he's great recruiter. But and then I think you kind of say, man, he, they kind of they always been good, but you look at their numbers, they had 35 first round players.
It's major.
I mean, it's a lot just to have one championship. So people looking at them, I mean, he haven't been to a final Sweet 16, I think, like 7 years, something like that. So, man, what's your take on him leaving Kentucky, go to Arkansas. I didn't never expect Arkansas, and I'm a little. I don't know if we should be worried because Alabama and Auburn, we got to face them, but I don't see no immediate threat. I'm gonna say that right now because we
I
want to
do.
scare Kentucky. But
I do.
go
I
ahead,
do.
what's your take on this, man?
I do. It's an immediate threat because one thing about basketball, I mean, anything right now, definitely right now,
Yeah,
they're already saying all he had the top three.
he
I
always had
think
a top.
top three.
Yeah,
So all of them are going to Arkansas. They're going with Coach Cal. They're
so
not going to Kentucky to play for the school. I mean, it maybe 20%, 30%, but 70% you going for the coach. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
yes, those players are going to be going to Arkansas. It's going to be an immediate threat because 18-year-olds are stars in basketball. It's not like football. They sit down, more so and wait at least a year or two. They start right now. So it definitely can be an immediate threat. I didn't see it coming. I can say that. I definitely didn't see. Well, I kind of did see it coming. I say
I
that.
thought I thought it was going to be they're going to let him go more than but I think but things it's stuff like this you don't find out till years later. It might have been kind of something going on in the backs that we don't know what's going on.
All the
But
talk. You heard it.
yeah,
You heard all that.
I say this. I don't see him as an immediate threat just because it's going to be much different than Kentucky, right? As in the last 5-6 years. Like just because you've been getting all these like one and done talents and whatever, I don't see that we should be nervous. Now, I'll be honest, from an Alabama perspective, for y'all, I don't see y'all being worried about it. For our perspective, I'm a little worried. I'll be honest with you. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little worried because we got people jumping in the transfer portal.
Yeah, yeah. I
So you
mean,
know what I mean.
we lost
I
some.
don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in the back. In the scenes, it's people losing faith in Bruce Pearl. Um,
No,
I don't know.
it's just these kids these days. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
said,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
these kids these days.
yeah,
Because Bruce Pearl is a great coach, just like
yeah,
Calipari.
yeah, yeah. And people might not be feeling his scheme. And that's what we always say. Like you explain it very like you explained it very great as far as a while back when you say, hey, just because they jump the port, they might be running for something. You know what I mean? It might be something they
Right,
see that they ain't strong at. They trying to hide and go to somebody else's system where it's not getting support. So you trying to hide your weakness and balance somebody, you know what I mean, more strength wise.
right.
And
It's
also
easy
you can feel
terrain.
like yourself, yeah, you can feel like yourself. You too far down in the depth chart, and you trying to
Right.
go get a chance to try to go pro or whatever. So that can also dictate it too.
Yeah.
So
I, I feel like I said, I kind of seen it coming. Like I said, when you get spoiled after a while, like everybody kind of says about Alabama fans, from
yeah,
spoiled from
yeah,
winning. Which is a great reason to be spoiled. I think kind of Kentucky's the same way. Like they said, they're trying to keep up to a certain stature.
yeah,
As far as the basketball program goes, like and
yeah,
like they say, like how we are in basketball. Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. That's true, and I can understand that. But like I was saying when we talked on one of the earlier shows about Calipari. Like, I mean, who do you go get? I mean, there's great coaches out there. Yes, I know this, but who do you go get? And
Yeah.
and one thing, like I say, I call it the Philip Fulmer effect. Just like with Tennessee, everybody always wants somebody better. I thought Philip Fulmer was a great coach.
Well, hey, yes, yes.
And what happened? They got rid of him, and they was down for 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So,
And I'll be honest with you, they had the opportunity to get the right coach, shoot. Like not right after Phil Palmer, but I'm talking about years later. It was many years that they was down, but they had. I personally think they should have went and got T. Martin.
they blew it.
They should have
They,
got T. Martin. That's who they should have got. The
they
man
should
that
have.
got y'all a championship game. And if you talk to, when you talk to a non-SEC fan that ain't been following college football, people still think Peyton Manning won them a championship. No, Peyton Manning didn't win them a championship. The
T.
man from
Martin.
The man from Mobile, Alabama won him. That'll be Tim
He
Martin.
won the championship. He showed it, and they should have gave it to him at that point in time. But I mean, they blew it with that.
Yeah,
I mean, Josh Heupel is a great coach. They rebounded good.
yeah,
Finally,
yeah,
they
yeah,
rebounded good.
yeah.
So hey, but yeah, just that. I think that's what might happen to Kentucky if Kentucky doesn't get the right type of coach. That can happen to them,
I,
and like who did he say? Who did cousin say?
oh, I'm finished. I'm finna share it right now. I'm gonna put it up with DeMarcus Cousin. He said, "Who you think should be the next coach for Kentucky?" We know that Kentucky might
Oh,
gonna jack. They
right.
gonna probably jack it up.
Yeah,
But we'll
that's right.
we'll go ahead and play it.
Ray John.
So Ray John, they're gonna jack it up.
Oh
They're gonna
yeah.
they're gonna jack it up.
No.
It's history that not just them, not just Kentucky. That's anybody. Like usually when somebody real big and did like great for their university, they try to find a predecessor. They always jack it up first.
Yeah. At least
Maybe
right.
twice.
Right.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah,
miss it.
yeah.
It's not
And
like you
both
said.
get right in front of your face.
Right. Right. It's not too often that they make the right decision right after the big name coach leaves. So,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, it could happen. It definitely could happen. But I
Or,
don't
or
think.
get
I
him
don't
on it,
think
or get him part of the staff. He's already finished up his degree there. He live in Kentucky right now. The man don't even got to move.
yeah, they're not gonna do it. No,
They ain't
I
gonna,
think it's a great hire. No, I think it's a great.
but they ain't
It'll
gonna
be a
do
great hire. No, but you're gonna need somebody like that though to
it. Yep.
to get these young players to gravitate toward them.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
if you want to rebuild your program
Yeah.
right now at this point in time, you're gonna need somebody like that.
Yep.
You definitely. Yeah, I don't.
Yep.
Because you talking about how and this is how our program is. You can't slump for 3-4 years talking about rebuilding.
Hey, I tell you this. You notice when Calipari stop making to the Sweet 16 because Auburn and Alabama started elevating their basketball game.
Yeah, I definitely believe it because how we've been saying that SEC basketball has been uplifted. How it's advanced in the last 10 years. I mean,
Yep.
he won it in 2012.
Yep.
So that's just about that year mark. At this point in time. So.
We start elevating.
Mm-hmm.
Now Kentucky ain't making it to they ain't making it too far in the tournament. They ain't making it to the Sweet 16. They ain't making it to the Final Four. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
happening. And shoot, I noticed the time frame. That's when Auburn they hired Bruce Pearl. Y'all had Avery Johnson. Yeah, and he wasn't cutting. Y'all got rid of him quick. I said, nah, y'all ain't for let the other team on the other side of the state do this. No. Nope.
Well, that's definitely
That's,
just Alabama
that's,
Auburn.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't care what sport it is.
But what
Yeah,
happened? You see what happened? Now the whole game of SEC elevated.
right. That's real. Yeah,
That's
iron sharpen iron.
Yep. It usually was Kentucky was like the main team, and Florida too. Because Florida
Right.
always used to have because you remember that one year. I forgot one year they won both national championship in football and college basketball. I think it was the
Yeah.
same.
06,
I remember
07, that was
both
Tim
Kentucky
Tebow.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Joakim Noah and them. Yeah. That was all that year.
Yep.
Back to back. They were going back to back.
Yep.
Keeping
So I mean,
and taking names.
so yeah, bro. I mean, but it'll be interesting who they if they don't even like at least get him in a part of the program, not even just hire, but a part of the program.
Yeah,
You
and I
deserve
don't know.
you
I don't
deserve
know
what
if you. I don't know if you watched the SEC channel today. They went live for Kentucky bringing in Calipari. I mean, not Kentucky, but Arkansas bringing in Calipari today. Man, they sold out like half the stadium. I'm talking, it was jam packed. They rolled out the carpet for them. They brought back all old players who graduated. They had
Yeah.
all the coaches there: football, baseball, volleyball,
Oh, that.
softball.
Oh,
They
that.
had everybody there. It was a big media. They brought them out in the gym, and then they did like a media conference right after that. So they rolled out the carpet for 'em. And I'm telling you, and they so excited. They're so excited in Arkansas to have him right now. But that's what I'm saying though. This is what Kentucky has to follow
Yeah.
at this point in time.
They
So
need
they
a.
that's
They
what I'm
need a.
telling you. They so excited. They so excited to have him over there. So and everybody's on his side. You know who? You know who had a major part in bringing him in?
Who?
The man who owns Tyson Chicken.
So you know what that means.
Yeah, big money.
Hey, big money, big NIL deals.
Yeah, yeah. They said he had a major role in this. He's from Arkansas.
Oh, he said how much NIL money? 50 million? Okay, I got you. Cut a
Yeah,
check.
he was there. He was there. Yeah, so it's big money in it. So Kentucky, they have some big shoes to fill and a big role to follow at this point in time. So that's why I say it has to be a major name
Yeah.
person.
Wow.
Just to keep the hype up. You got what you asked for. Y'all
Yeah.
wanted them gone. They've been calling the Paul Feinbaum show, hollering and talking bad about
And you
Calipari.
know what? I haven't even watched the Paul Feinbaum show since that happened. So I know you watch it religiously. They've been
Mm-hmm.
going off. They've been going
Man,
crazy.
they were going off. They were talking bad about Calipari before he even left, saying how it's time for him to go and all this. So, all right, be careful what you ask for.
He stayed in the conference.
Yep, he
He
showed
stayed in the
the
conference. And you know what? That's
and what they
crazy.
do. That's
I'm
personal.
Yeah, that's personal because he know you had to face him. But I'm gonna tell you
Mm-hmm.
something. I'm surprised too because we born in the SEC, and they usually always put some type of stipulation in your contract that if you leave, you can't coach within the SEC for X amount of years.
Well, it seemed like they dropped that some years ago, a long time ago. Right? They used to have that in clauses, but
Yeah,
no. I mean, if you look at people like Kevin Steele, who's the defensive coordinator for Alabama. This
yeah,
past year, he been in probably 10 schools in the SEC. So
yeah.
yeah, they dropped that
Well, I think
rule.
it was
We
for
glad
the
they
head,
did.
not the coordinator. I think it was used to be for the head coaches.
Well, whatever rule it was, they dropped it because,
Yeah,
as you can see, they've been
yeah.
going from place to place.
Oh man. All right, man. It's gonna be interesting to see who they recap. I mean, who they replace them with.
Yeah.
I just they're gonna jack it up.
I'm laughing already. They finna mess it up. They finna mess it up bad,
They're
bro.
gonna
I'm
mess
telling
it up.
you. And I can't wait to get back on here and talk about it. They finna jag it up. You gonna be like, they hired who? Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, man. But hey, so boy, we, we're gonna switch a little bit to some reactions and stuff, man. Things that been coming out. I'm gonna start off with this story. Somebody shared it to me. No, I came across it. And it was talking about Tommy Tuberville, Senator Tommy Tuberville, but he used to be an Auburn head coach some years ago. Uh,
Yeah, that's what
and
you call them.
yeah, yeah, I guess that's what you call it. That's his official title. So I ain't gonna disgrace the man, but whatever it is. Um,
Mm-mm.
and
No,
a
I just didn't
school.
know. I didn't know if you say coach anymore or anything.
Oh, I don't know if it. Hey, he was a coach though. He was a head coach for our team. So I mean, whatever. But and a school that about a high school named St. Paul in Mobile, that we know real well. Let me share this screen. I'm gonna let you hear because I want your reaction to this.
Saint.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna kick this.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. We thank him for sending AJ McCarron on up to Alabama and Mark Barron. We show thank him for that. Yeah, karma is.
Yeah, yeah. And so I had talked to a friend of mine about that video. I said, I can't show you. I gotta show you. Let's see your raw reaction. Cause we got, they used to recruit. St. Paul used to recruit down, you know what I mean? Like the parks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we never thought St. Paul was gonna blow up like them. Then we ended up facing them. Was it our 11th grade year or our 12th grade year we faced them? I can't remember. I think it was
Both.
our 12th.
It was
Both?
both. Both.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and the only person I ever knew to go to St. Paul was Chevis Jackson. And he had them got signed up to LSU. And it seemed like everybody was getting signed from St. Paul. Because them dudes were, yeah.
It was the program that they were.
It was the program. It was the program.
They had everything you wanted over there. You know what I'm saying? They were a top school in Mobile with with prolific weight rooms. State
Yeah.
of the art fields. They had all that back then, and I mean those players who went there, they all shine. I mean, John Shaw, he played with us. He played with us at UAB. He went there.
Yeah.
Like I said, John Shaw just got a coaching job at where is it? Tennessee Titans with the
Oh,
Titans
for
now.
real?
Yep,
Okay.
Tiger Jones, who was a great receiver. I believe it's Cincinnati, and he broke records in the arena league.
Yeah.
He went to St. Paul's. He's the wide receiver coach I was saying last week at Alabama now. So like you
Yeah.
said, Chevy, who came from the park. We all played at park ball
Yeah.
from municipal, the same park. They went to St. Paul. The St. Paul used to definitely be recruiting from the park, our
Yeah.
park, to go to their school. So yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the stores way back then of them recruit at park. Yeah, they started early, but they did the right thing as far as getting, top recruits
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
to their school. And it
Yeah.
worked out for those boys, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, boy, I said, boy, I can't wait to show Mark this one, boy, because it right here. I didn't know that, man. And I didn't know I didn't know Tuberville's the way he is until he became a politician.
Right. It all makes sense now.
Yep.
It all makes perfect sense now.
Yep. Yep.
How he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm glad he ran those people off, those great people off from going to Auburn. Oh, St. Paul.
He said, I
Yeah,
ain't gonna tell them where to go, but I'm gonna tell them about you if they ask.
yeah. And you have to as a
No, they
coach.
ask. You already
Yeah.
know they ask.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
already know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. You ask. You're gonna ask that. You're gonna ask your coach that.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think about him, coach?
I guarantee in his office he got some Auburn. Hey, coach, you went to Auburn? Yeah. You know how Coach
Right.
Tuberville?
Right.
How they go right there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
boy,
that's crazy. That's crazy. He was doing it. Yeah, too cocky. You too cocky.
he said, man, you look familiar. Oh man, boy, hey, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's how it is. People forget when they done crossed you and all that, but you never forget. Like I tell everybody, if you can turn that into you can turn that fury, that fire into fuel,
Yeah.
it can push you to go further than what
Yeah.
you've been through.
And think about this too. At that time period, you remember Troy wasn't really like that in football. Like they weren't even big at all. That was like because Troy is in the middle of almost anywhere, nowhere. Like they're in the middle of nowhere. So at that time, matter of fact, they was like Troy State. They weren't even Troy University at that time.
It was Troy State.
So that was like a downgrade. You know what I mean? Leaving Auburn to go down to Troy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was. But
Yep.
yeah, definitely Troy's a much better program than
Oh,
it
right,
was.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
all the football schools in Alabama actually are so much better than what they came from. From your
Yeah.
Jacksonville State, your Troy, definitely UAB, and even
Yeah.
South Alabama.
South Alabama.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Man.
they
But
came
yeah,
up.
hey, bro, I can't wait to show you that piece, especially all the players went to Alabama, man, bro. Hey, did Tuberville go anywhere after Auburn? I can't remember. I think he was done coaching after that. I can't remember.
I don't know. He might have been. Did he Texas Tech? Was it?
You know what? I think so. I think
Mm.
so. Yeah, actually he did. He did. He did. He did. And he probably burnt some bridges there. Now this video floating around. I guarantee there's gonna be some more stories come out.
Mm-hmm. About how he.
Yep. Yep. So man, I'm gonna I'm gonna show this video. I ain't gonna show the whole thing because it's long, but it's about Cam Newton when he was at Florida. He was on Club Shay Shay. I'm gonna play a little snippet of that. You know what I mean? It's
Scam
interesting,
new.
man.
Scam new.
Hey man, he the best college athlete money could buy.
Yeah, I agree. He's wholehearted.
Oh man. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start it right
Some
here.
things.
Cold, man. They should at least gave him a ring. I was just about to say, oh, so he got 2 national championship
Yeah,
rings.
'cause you remember when the JUCO won it, they were undefeated after he went straight to Auburn after that.
But I'm talking about from the Florida champ because they say he made
He
his
was on.
decision like 3 days before the national
Yeah.
championship.
Yep. And he was on
That's
the
what they
team,
said.
so he should have got the ring. Yeah.
He
Yep.
definitely should have got a ring.
Yep. So by him saying that, and how I interpreted the video, and it's a whole clip. I don't want to play the whole clip, but at the clip he was talking about. It started out. This little clip was about the documentary, that Florida documentary, and Cam said it was too much stuff left out of it. He said, if you the one talking to Charlie Strong, you know what I mean, Percy Harvey, he said, you'd have got the real truth. He said that was that whole locker room was toxic. He said, but we was winning. He said, but everything was it was brutal working. I mean, being at Florida with that squad. He said everybody, it was just a straight toxic locker room. He said, but we grew together. And the reason I brought that up, I mean, another piece of it, Urban Meyer didn't pan out with Jacksonville. It was, he was, a lot of the players was bumping heads with him. They didn't like how he was running things. Was he creating a toxic environment? And now you see all these stories coming out years later. I guarantee it's probably going to be something similar to this.
Yeah,
We
I
never heard it
mean,
from Ohio State piece, you know what I mean, when he was there. But bro,
yeah,
that
as far
was
as you know, like I said, Urban Meyer, he does have some bad history,
yeah,
at some of these schools with athletes,
yeah,
with college athletes. I don't know what was going on, his demeanor, his character, but they say he had like a narciss, narcissistic
yeah,
type of
yeah,
character, right?
yeah,
And he think he runs the program. That's why they were saying it didn't work out in Jacksonville because you walking
yeah.
around kicking players. These are $1 million players, man. You
Was he
can't do
doing
that.
it in college? Because he, you know what I
No
mean?
doubt,
You
no
treat
doubt
that
about
kid.
it.
Yeah,
No doubt
yeah,
about it. He was doing
yeah.
it in college.
And that's a big thing with going from college to like NFL, especially as a head coach. That your mentality change. You dealing with like kids straight from high school. You trying to groom them into men, trying to groom them into like a balanced scale between athletics and college, whatever. Pro ain't that. That's your job. Like you get paid for
Right,
this.
right. You got to watch how you talk to those players. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't sit here and talk to a downgrade player how
yeah.
you talk to anybody else.
Talking to
This
people that
man,
already got kids and a full family at the house.
and he making 3 times more than you, 4 times more than you at the same time. So
Yep.
yeah, it's a different ball game at that point in
Yep.
time. Yeah, I mean, Urban Meyer, his track record kind of speaks for itself. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as that goes, I mean, he's a good X's and O's guy. As
Yeah.
far as putting a program together, a winning program. So you got to give him that. But I mean, is he a player's coach? I
I
doubt
don't
it.
want to say that. Yeah. But I
I
tell you
doubt it.
this, that Florida team was loaded.
Yeah, they were. I need to. I haven't watched that documentary yet, but I want to. I want
You need
to.
to check it out. You need to
I
check
want
it
to
out.
wonder what he means as far as like toxic, because
Yeah.
it's hard to say what
It'll
they.
show you on that, bro. Oh, they was going through it.
Well, I know that.
But I'm talking about like they were going through it. You could just see how they were showing like some of the highlights from like clips in the locker room in the weight room. How like you can tell, you can really tell. Everybody had they was all everybody was already outspoken. You know what I mean, from certain communities, blah blah blah. But it was like yeah, you can tell, bro. And they was you know what we talked about a couple of videos ago, like how remember that I was asked about that transition time period when we went from like 3 or 4 days to like 2 days. You can't spend so much. Well, in that video, I know they was past that time frame, or they was doing it like that. Like you
Oh
can
yeah,
tell.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because because you know, programs are smart. Like, yeah, they took a 3 a day away, but
yeah,
you still had a 3 a day. You didn't put on pads 3 times a day, right?
yeah.
But you had to get on the field.
And
We
that
still had to we
it was
still had to
packed.
do stuff.
They was loaded
Yeah,
up.
yeah, we still had to do stuff. So yeah, then they gonna find a way to get around the rules.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Watch that documentary, man. Then we'll come back and talk about that one
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that
yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
you know it was loaded, boy. I mean, I can. And I'm not even a Florida fan, but I know all the players they had on that mug, man. Especially Percy Harvin. You know they had the twin, the Ponce boys. I mean, and one thing I highlight on the on that on that documentary, like they were showing the afterlives, like how they was hiding crime and stuff. Like they was out there thugging at night. I say that. they, and Urban Meyer would make one phone call and stuff would disappear.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And
and I
that's
mean,
what started catching up and got Urban Meyer pushed up out of there.
yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
That stuff happens a lot on college campuses. It really does.
Yep.
But you have police officers around the program.
Yeah.
Who can make those calls and who the coach can make that call to, and that officer can make the call to somebody in the precinct to get
Yeah.
something taken care of. But I've seen a lot of cases and charges dismissed. A lot. Mm-hmm. Man, yeah,
But we
it's
ain't talking about that, man. We ain't gonna even
I'm
talk about
telling,
that.
I'm
Oh,
telling you, ooh, it's some folk be doing time. Yes, sir. But
all right,
yeah,
man. Hey, so we'll switch gears one more time for our last topic. Kind of came out today, breaking news, man. About this NFL draft that's happening. I think it's the end of this month. I think it's like 25th or something like that. End of this month.
26.
So the Washington Commanders offered the Bears to do a swap. So they get the first pick and they get the second pick. But also they want to give the Bears their 2025 and 2026 first round pick. So what your thoughts is on that? So they basically trying to swap this year's pick between 1 and 2. And then also on top of it, they want to give them the 25 and 26 first round pick.
Everybody's trying to come up right now at this point in time. Everybody's trying to get some of the top recruits. Um, these are head of new program too. As far as like head coaches at both programs,
Yeah.
and they're basically rebuilding and trying to get key pieces to rebuild and start over at this point in time. So that's why they're making big offers like that at this
Yeah,
point
that's
in
a big
time.
offer. That's to give
That's a big
your
offer.
that's a huge offer. I mean,
Mhm.
I know they basically want to get Caleb. They trying to battle how can we get Caleb But I look at it too. Also, it's some other picks that you can. There's a couple more quarterbacks. I think that if you get them in the right system,
It's a couple more quarterbacks
that's what
who
I'm
can
saying.
definitely team.
That's what I'm saying. It's if you don't get Caleb, I mean, I don't think I would have made that. I, I don't know. I don't think I would have made that offer. But also, they probably want to see, hey, would they even bite? Would they even try to counter? What their real counter is? Are they really stuck on that first round? They
Right.
just, you know what I mean? They might be just trying to test the waters out just to see if they try to counter, even if they're
Right.
entertaining, and maybe show your hand a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
when they got rid of the Bears, got rid of Justin Fields, you already know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got nobody else. So,
Right. Yeah,
I
that's what they did. They're trying to, like I say, trying
yeah,
to start over at this
yeah,
point in time. And I mean, nothing hurts to try.
yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta throw your head in the ring. So that's what they
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. That I mean,
I wouldn't have did it. The Bears did the right thing
yeah,
because it's a winning program. It's a rebuilding program trying to trade picks with another rebuilding program. So it's like, no, we ain't got time to wait. The Bears don't have time to wait
the Commanders don't
because
need it. And you
exactly
already,
my point exactly.
you
My
already know
point
they
exactly.
got they clean house and they got a new, the new owner Magic Johnson too. So he he looking at it like, hey, I ain't trying to lose. He
Yeah,
said, I mean,
yeah.
I
My
think we
point
get a
exactly.
turn around. The Lakers kind of, they ain't want to really. They kind of whatever they situation is, whatever. But him being the owner, I don't. I think he all in, bro. But I think that let them know that hey, we don't even have a shot. So let's see who we're gonna get next. I mean, who? If me ask you a question, if you was the Commanders right now at number 2 pick, um, I think they're number 2 pick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're number 2. What quarterback you'll go after then?
Me with the number 2 pick and everybody out there, I'm probably gonna go with the Heisman winner. Yeah. Do they have the number 2 pick?
I think the Commanders got number 2 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that what they
Yeah.
trying to. Yeah, they trying to swap.
Right.
I mean, Penix, I think he's what everybody think he is. I mean, this draft. I say this. This draft class got some good quarterbacks in it, for sure. Um, also, this draft class is loaded with wide receivers. If you can't get a wide receiver or two out of the draft, somebody GM need to be fired. If
Right.
you need wide receivers, if you really need them, oh, they in this draft right here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real.
Yeah, they in
Yeah.
this draft right here. That's no lie. They is in this draft, man.
Yeah,
Um,
and why I would get Jaden Daniels is just because, like I said, for one, he plays in the most ready college league, which is the SEC. He's a
yeah,
Heisman winner. He's performed at the highest level.
yeah,
So what who better would want to step into your program on the next level?
yeah,
To try to help it take it to the next level,
yeah.
basically. Uh,
I mean, you got
so
Drake May too. Um, it's
yeah,
all.
which are
I mean,
all good quarterbacks. They're good
yeah, you got
quarterbacks.
a lot of quarterbacks that, like, really, you just gotta. What I don't, I hope don't happen. I mean, in the day, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. That's just whatever. But what I hope is that a quarterback don't end up in like the Bryce Young situation. And that's what
Yeah,
usually happen with the first and second overall picks as a quarterback.
right.
Your supporting cast is not good, and you're gonna get killed. And because you already know you about to be the starter. I mean, that's why they drafted high. You gonna be the starter. Nobody, you're in the first round, especially the first round. If you're a first round pick, what that's telling you?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
going
going
to
to
a
a
team
star
that
team.
you about to
Yeah,
be starting, or
right,
you finna get significant playing time. You ain't finna be
right.
a number one pick and be sitting on the bench.
No, not at all. Because they ain't paying. They're not paying you to sit on the bench.
Yep.
Right.
So
So, but
being
you know,
in the right situation, the right the right scheme, the right whatever, like that's when that offensive coordinator, that head coach is saying, this quarterback is good, and this quarterback is good, but I put him over him because he fits my scheme a lot better
right,
the way he moves. You know what I mean?
right,
Not
right.
just
You
going off
know,
pure talent because you
that's
can't in
that's that's good for a lot of those players. One thing that's good for a lot of those players who come out in the first rounds, high peak. You
yeah,
know, the game changes. You know, so they might lose a offensive coordinator. The team gets better in
mm,
a year or two or three. You know, like your Texans. You know, you can
yeah,
go from not being that good to a good team with the right VPs on your team, you know, who are drafting the right players, you know, right now. So it can
yeah,
all turn around for Bryce Young. You know, you never want nobody to have the Archie Manning. You know,
yeah,
Archie Manning was the epitome of the quarterback who gets drafted and goes to the sorry team and
yeah,
plays on the same team all his years. He takes all those brutal hits and just you playing for a sorry organization, a poor
yeah,
organization on the field, and he's so loyal. He just stuck with. I mean, even though those times people didn't get traded like that all
yeah,
over the
yeah.
place, but
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
but yeah,
That's why he probably was like that with Eli.
right.
He said
Yeah,
it was hard.
right. For that first pick, right,
Yep.
right,
Yeah,
right.
he's a.
He didn't want to.
I already took all the bumps and bruises. You know what I mean? Fuzz, bro. No, no, go somewhere else. Hey, you
Yeah,
know what?
how many people
You know,
have that out to do that?
yeah, yeah.
They're
But you
turning
know
down
what?
pick.
I'm glad he did it because the
Yeah,
Chargers, net, bro. I don't understand. Even to this day, that's why I'm. I mean, them getting Jim Harbaugh. I, I hope he can flip it because the Chargers always had a loaded team, but can never do nothing with it. Especially when they had LT, Antonio Gates. You know what I mean?
Junior Seau.
Bro, I mean, what was the Dan Sproles?
Yeah,
Like all,
yeah,
bro, they
yeah.
always had a good team. And next thing you know, what happens is they don't win. Next thing they trading out their best player. What?
Yeah, yeah, right. Real talk. Can't get over the hump.
They can never get over it.
But it seems like you said, they never held nobody long enough to get over the hump.
Yeah, I mean, so
And right. So yeah, his dad knew exactly what to do. So and he sent them to the Giants, and here we are today. He's a Hall
yeah,
of Fame
yeah, yeah,
quarterback, two
yeah.
Super Bowls, because he showed when he did that at the Chargers.
You wouldn't even made it. Because I can tell
Right.
you right now, to be real with you, Philip Rivers, he was good enough and he had talent around enough to make it to the Super Bowl.
I love Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
I love his
They,
tenacity, how he played the game. You know, he was a competitor. He throws the
yep.
ball. I wanted him to win just because. I mean, even though he's from Alabama, I just
Yeah.
wanted him to win just because of how he played the game. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you hate to see people like that when your organization doesn't build the right team around you to
Yeah.
help you prosper.
Yeah.
And that
Especially
was
when they had LT. They should have won. Bro,
yeah, no doubt about it.
man, or at least got to the Super Bowl. Or deep man,
Hmm.
bro, it was Charger fan. I feel sorry for him, bro, because that right
Yeah,
there, man, they
yeah. They
hey,
definitely should have won though. They
yeah,
should have been
yeah.
winning.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was horrible, man. That was horrible. So he did the right thing, man. So I mean, that's why I think Deion Sanders is like he is with Shador. Like, nah, we already got some place that we want to go. And nah,
Yeah,
hey, something don't look right. We gonna pull an Eli. He basically came
right.
out and he said, "Hey, y'all got me on the record. I said it."
But you know, like we used to say, as far as like having your parents in the right positions to push your child when going to college to play football. You know,
Yeah,
it's not like our fathers were. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
because you totally different from you playing high school football and how your daddy handled it to your
Yeah,
son playing high school football and how you handle it. It's totally
yeah,
different.
totally
Totally
different.
different.
Personality's different. The game's
Mm-hmm.
different. The game where we played, it was more power ball. Now you can't even. I mean, it's more spread. They people barely running the ball, as you know what I mean. I tell you right now that the doggone high school here, it it frustrates me so hard watching these games, man. I used to to this day I still get mad about it, man. Why are we in shotgun 5 wide on a 2 yard line?
You don't practice the run. You don't establish the run in your game. That's what you get, and it's terrible because who
It's
doesn't have a big
terrible.
man package? Who don't have a big man package to run the ball?
We are 2 yard line. So some years and not man, some years ago, I think it was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, um, my son high school they made it to 5 years ago they made it to the state championship game. Lost the game, and it was a one-man show. A one-man show that beat them. I'm gonna tell you who that person was. His name is Will Shipley. He's the running back at Clemson right now. He runs like Christian McCaffrey. That man did whatever he wanted to. I ain't never seen a white running back. I say white running back with quick feet like that, but Christian McCaffrey.
And I
And,
remember you telling me about him
bro,
before he
and I
came
told you
out.
right there, do you see him now? So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this. My son high school was in the red zone. Matter of fact, I didn't even say they was in goal line twice, and they got stopped. Never tried a power ball. They ran 5 wide both times.
Hey,
And
that's high
they
praise.
still doing this crap. I mean, what's the easiest thing? If you 2 yards, at least one. If you're on a 1 yard line, first of all, you should be quarterback sneaking. Try that on first down.
And second, back to back.
Come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. So that's what I'm seeing. The one thing I see from high schools this day and age is they're running spread. They're not running the ball hard. Like you can run the ball, but you should be a little bit more balanced, especially at high school. You should be a little bit more balanced because you also want to learn how to milk the clock, wear down a defense, especially if you're playing a different school where they don't have basically people to swap out on defensive line, linebackers or whatever. You can power them down. You know what I mean? You can wear them down. That's the first. The second piece is they're not running tight ends. I haven't seen. I think probably in the last, I say probably the last 4 years, I've probably seen maybe 3 high schools in North Carolina running a tight end, a true tight end, where he's blocking and catching the ball. That's
Yeah,
that's a mismatch already.
yeah.
That's
There's
a
no need for
mismatch
them to
already.
block. There's no need for them to block if they're not running the ball. Right. Which is
But
crazy.
at the high school level, what do you think this middle linebacker? I mean, what do you think this
Yeah.
tight end? He gonna be matched up with a middle linebacker, outside linebacker that probably ain't gonna be able to keep up.
Right. Not at all.
And then you need somebody to help seal off the edge when you're running outside. So that's what frustrates me now because people basically forget about any type of power running game too. They think you go smaller because you're faster. That's gonna eventually catch up to you when it's you up by a touchdown. It's doggone you up by a touchdown. It's 4 minutes left in the game. You got the ball. Why you throwing the ball? Oh, you ain't got no power game. You ain't worked on it all year, so you ain't got no way to milk the clock. Three incomplete pass. Now you got to kick the ball off. You ain't waste no time off the clock.
Mm-hmm. It hurts them in the playoffs. Like you say, that's when they need it the most in the
Yep.
playoffs. But if you haven't
Yep.
practiced all year, you're gonna get killed.
Yep. Yep. And you already know in the playoffs, you want that when you up, you want that clock to be going. Like, man, yeah,
Telling
dog, put that clock on like extra speed. Like, make that man go
you,
fast.
you
The
can't
quicker
you
they
can't do
do
that
that,
throwing the ball.
you can't do it
Right,
going.
exactly. You got to run that ball because I don't care if you get 1 or 2 yards, that clock's still going.
That clock not in high school is 35 seconds. So you got 35 seconds wasting off the clock.
Yeah. And
So that just what frustrates me with I don't even know how we got on the subject, but that would frustrate me with like high school football. Now, I mean, when you look at college and you look at these champion teams, I mean, most of them come from SEC. What SEC known for? Running the ball.
yeah.
When they need to run the ball, they running the ball, and they get what they want to get. That's first night because they playing somebody they ain't used to. See, that's why the West Coast schools is not winning many championships in college because why? They used to playing another team that's throwing the ball 80 times a game. But when somebody's ready to run power ball running down your throat, you ain't even built for that right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You ain't even built for that.
definitely those
Yeah,
games where they play the Big Ten schools or Pac-12 schools
yeah,
and they up by two touchdowns, 10 points or 17 points or something like that. What
yeah.
SEC do? They start running the ball and
Trying to make that block open. Hey, bro.
they do they
Stay
do
inbound. Let's get it. Let's get it.
and they can't stop it.
They can't stop. That's the
Their
first
running
piece.
back their
They
running
second.
back get it easy, 130 yards easy.
Yep. Their second piece is they all got a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
They got a tight end. Tight end's your mix. Tight end. I call the tight end your X factor. Your tight end's
It
your
is.
X
It
because
is.
why? He can help. He can block on those power plays. He can fake. I mean, he can chip block, or he can block for 1 second, go down. You know what I mean? Go across the middle, out routes. He's going to be your X factor. I don't
Yeah.
get why nobody's not seeing that, bro, at the high school level. I don't understand why. And even
I
at the
mean,
college level, they not running the ball hard, man. I mean, if you look at like prime team like Colorado, man, why should do it? I mean, he got it on. Why is he doing 50 times? I mean, that let me know is, hey, I'm taking our linebacker. I'm put an extra DB back, and we going back in coverage.
all you gotta do is mimic what's going on. I mean, you see what the Chiefs doing. You see, you see what the Eagles doing, what the
Yep,
49ers doing.
yep. You hear, Pat Mahomes. You look at the Chief, Pat Mahomes. Yeah, great thrower. But when it get down to the game, what is he doing? He's handing the ball off. Then he's gonna do bootlegs to Kelsey. Play
Mm-hmm.
action. Now let's open up that play action game, man. Like, bro, that's what really frustrates me is like you people so what I see is people so stuck in what they playbook is. Probably got it from Madden. I don't know, but we grew up in an era that when we need to run the ball, we need to run the ball. Like,
Right.
that's just it's gonna that running the ball opened up the pass, not the other way around. If you can't pass and you ain't running, that bro, it's a problem.
Right.
You,
Right. Right. All the way.
it's a problem.
They're gonna shut you down. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
No, no,
especially
no.
on a different running back.
But the programs who get it, they'll continue to win, and those who don't, they'll
Yeah,
continue to fall short and until they realize what's going on.
yeah, 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 yeah. Man, but we're gonna close this episode out. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know we cover a lot of different topics, but that's one thing about this sports roundtable. We're not just strictly on one sport. We about to wrap it up. Next episodes. Now we're finna really wrap it up on the NBA side. It's about to come up on the play-in tournaments. Going to the playoffs. So, Mark, hey, I'm ready to talk about that. I know we don't got enough time right now to really talk about the NBA, but we've had to wrap that up. Baseball. Hey,
And
how the Braves doing? I know I think they what about 6-3 or something like that. The
they're
Braves.
doing good, man. Yeah, they're doing good, man. We
Yeah.
almost blew it last night against the Mets, man. I mean, we were up 6-0, and let them come back all the way back,
Yeah.
to the ninth inning. And we finally got them out. Iglesias came in, and struck out the last pitcher, but
Yeah.
man, they let them come back late in the game. It almost got ugly. We
Yeah.
pulled it off. So,
Yeah.
yeah. It's looking good, man. It's looking good. Braves looking good.
Yeah.
Padres, I like.
I'm still gonna get down there, man, because I gotta experience this new Brave experience you talking about down there in the A with
Oh
the
yeah,
with
it's lovely. It's lovely, man. It's like a whole city around the stadium. They built up all whole common areas all around the stadium, so it's
yeah,
nice. It's a nice hangout for real. You enjoy yourself, even if
yeah,
you don't go inside the stadium. If you just go down to the stadium, it's because you can hit up, you can look at the park, you can actually watch. There's a million screens down there. You enjoy it. It's
yeah.
festive.
Oh yeah, man. So
Come
I'm
on
a,
down.
I gotta get down there, bro. You've been telling me for years about this one, but folks, hey, this is what we're gonna be covering every sport possible. We had to close it out with college basketball, which it was a great season. Men's side, it was a little surprising how the ending happened, but we great. But we got WNBA draft about to come up, NFL draft about to come up, um, NFL mini camp. I mean rookie camp's about to start. Then we got the NBA playoffs about to kick off, play-in tournament playoffs, baseball kicking off. So UFL. I mean, it's a great. Everybody look at everybody look at football season like, God, dog. You know what I mean? It's kind of down. Then when basketball ramp it up, I mean, then when basketball season over, it's just baseball. Everybody think it's like kind of a void. But shoot, hey, baseball be rocking too. People don't really start following baseball till after the All Star break though, because so many games. But you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
boy. We cover all topics here at the Roundtable. Yeah, nothing gets
yeah,
by it. We
yeah,
cover.
yeah, yeah,
We got a
yeah,
sport. We like it.
yeah, yeah. But man, hey, everyone, please, please, please. First, I should start off the video like this. But hey, please follow our channel on YouTube, Down South Sports Roundtable. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're putting our videos, episodes out, clips out. People are commenting on our TikTok, loving it, loving the topics. I mean, I had people. It was a lot of we were talking about Don Staley on one I think our last video. People like, man, people. It was a lot of South Carolina people commented. You know what I mean? Go Gamecocks, hey, all that type of stuff. I got to start calling her Louis Vuitton Don. I can't call her Don Staley no
Son, and she earned that literally.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton Don. But everyone, I appreciate y'all listening to us and joining us. Please support us. Um, and then we're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
come back next week after the WNBA WNBA draft, and then start doing some basketball too.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
I
See you
appreciate
soon.
it. Appreciate it.